Live from their super secret podcasting bunker in Middle Sackville. It's not really secret if they say what city it is. Jackasses. Giving you opinions you didn't ask for, Fairly Oddcast.
Welcome to Fairly Oddcast. I'm Adam Watts.
And I'm Mark, not sure if he prefers cake over pie La Valley.
Right off the bat, throws me for a loop.
Yeah, I do what I can. What I can.
So as a trustworthy man once said who got thrown off a plane, there's two types of people in the world. You can either be entertained or be entertaining. So we've chosen to try to be entertaining. Whether that works or not, we're going to find out.
I wonder if I'm fat enough to get thrown off a plane now.
No, I don't think so. Do you think? Well, you might be.
It's hard to say. I wasn't much difference in size when I went to New Zealand, and I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, but they weren't throwing people off planes then. They weren't doing
Probably
the double.
true.
They weren't making people pay for double seats. They were just letting the skinny people next to you be uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, the plane from Los Angeles to New Zealand was like barely half full, so that definitely would have been a stink raisin.
You could let the gut hang out, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, no, I laid out in the middle row, 5 seats across, and went to sleep.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I mean, what else are you going to do on a 24-hour flight?
No, 12.
12 hours. Oh, yeah, because you're going from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the journey in its entirety.
No, I didn't go. Yeah, I didn't go the cross Europe route because that is apparently cheaper, but
Longer.
exactly.
I just can't get over the flying over water thing. I mean, if your plane is going down over water, the best you can do is hope that you land on an island with a smoke monster. That is your best case scenario.
Well, you could land on an island without a smoke monster.
Never seen it done. If TV's taught me anything, every island that you crash on has a smoke monster.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of any other TV shows that involve plane crashes on islands.
Fantasy Island. I bet you there was a smoke monster there, too.
Was there plane crashes on Fantasy Island,
No,
though?
planes landed.
Exactly.
So let's get right into it. You had a story you wanted to tell, or that we wanted to tell, because we're hoping that everyone listening doesn't know us. I mean, yeah.
We know quite a few do.
Yeah. And have probably heard some of these stories before. But, you know, to introduce ourselves a little bit, we figure we'd tell some slightly embarrassing stories about ourselves.
To really show the world that, yes, we are idiots.
And we are proud of it.
Absolutely.
Do we want to start with your story tonight?
I suppose we can do that. My story, of course, involves copious amounts of alcoholic beverages.
Mine does as well, just at a different location.
Yes. Well, this was at the lovely... Was it Frederick Street? It must have been Frederick Street by this time, not Rutledge.
No, we were on Frederick Street
Yeah,
for sure.
so Frederick
No,
Street.
sorry. We were on Rutledge.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So, condo on Rutledge Street, mine and the now Robin Irvine's house at the time. Lots of partying beforehand, which is what we used to do. We'd have some drinks, enjoy ourselves, get as many people together as we could, and then, of course, we'd pack a road rocket and head on down to the Roadhouse, which at the time was our hangout of choice before we all discovered karaoke and decided that downtown was balls.
Did you just call the Roadhouse downtown?
No.
You did, because you said we went to the Roadhouse, but then we discovered karaoke and realized downtown sucked.
No, we went to the Roadhouse because downtown sucked.
Oh, you're right.
Too far to go.
It was. And that was still when it was only $20 for a cab to get home from downtown.
Exactly. Just not worth the hassle.
No.
So on this particular night, I think I had had far too much cheer at home. And on the way to the Roadhouse, of course, the road rocket probably tipped me over the edge. And I was pretty much sick by the time we walked in the door. Sat down, had a seat, got a picture of something.
Most likely beer, because beer was only $5 a pitcher. When
Exactly. And I think they had stopped doing the pictures of cocktails at that point, which was our favorite thing. So I went to the bathroom, went into the stall, relieved myself, and then promptly threw up. Walked out of the bathroom. Bouncer said, "I think it's time to go." I said, "Buddy, I'm way ahead of you." I was already on my way home. We'd only been there got to be less than an hour. Record for me. So my plan was to go across the street to the closest payphones in front of Tim Hortons. Call a cab, relax, go home, pass out, see everybody tomorrow or the next day, as it were.
I want to interrupt you for 1 second about your closest payphone thing.
Yeah.
Because the closest payphone was in the entrance for the bar.
That's true, but I was asked to leave.
Or next door at the pizza place where I worked, and we were friends with the owner and cooks.
True, but again, really drunk.
Just wanted to point out your stupidity.
And when I focus on when I formulate a plan of how I'm going to do things, it doesn't matter what's closer, easier, or whatever like that. I stick to my plan. So anybody that lives in Bedford or frequented Bedford quite a lot knows that on the entrance to Sobeys there's quite a large runoff ditch.
Yeah, right next to where the movie theater was.
Yes, exactly, and where Lawton's is now. And there was quite a considerably sized culvert underneath the road that led into this parking lot. In my infinite genius, instead of walking to the sidewalk and the road that crosses culvert, I thought, man, I'll just cross the ditch. Promptly fell into the ditch. Laid in the ditch for quite a while. I was actually quite comfortable. It was very grassy, thick grass, heavy grass. And then it thought, look at all those cars. I wonder if any of them can see me. I should crawl into the culvert so I can just relax and not be seen by passing traffic at, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 at night. I don't know what time it was. So that's what I did. I got on my hands and knees and I crawled into a giant culvert filled with rocks and gravel and dirt. And I laid there for a while.
You laid there for more than a while.
Yeah, well, no, see, I'm getting to that. After laying for a while, I found a rock-shaped pillow.
Or a pillow-shaped rock?
Yes, one or the other. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it does.
I put my head on said rock and went to sleep.
While I continued to drink at the bar.
And everybody else did too. They probably had a great time. I wouldn't know.
Well, we didn't know why you left, is really what it boils down to. I don't think we knew you. It took me a while to know you left because...
I literally came out of the bathroom and left. I don't know if I told anybody. And
we got back home from the bar afterwards, and you always left your bedroom door closed when we left because your bedroom was filthy.
Yeah.
You were
lots of clothes.
Absolute slob at that time.
Absolutely.
So we just assumed you were in bed because we knew you were drunk and went home at some point. So we get home, probably by the time bar's done, get pizza.
Which was probably, around 2, I think, the Roadhouse?
Roadhouse was done at 2.
Yeah.
So by the time we got pizza and got back home, it'd be 3. And your door's closed, so we just assume you are asleep. I think we decided...
And I was.
You were asleep. You just weren't asleep where we thought you were.
No, that's true.
So I think I went to sleep on the couch. I think my brother and John Smith went down to look for you, but obviously couldn't find you because who in their right mind would look in the culvert for you?
Yep.
So I think we got a little worried for you at that point.
I appreciate that.
And then you strolled in the door.
Yeah. Yes, because at one point, eventually I woke up from my rock nap and felt able enough to get across the street to the payphones that were part of my original quest. And
a quest like Lemmywinks?
Almost like Lemmywinks. I'd say it's more on an epic scale of Frodo's walk to the Walk of the Ring.
Fuck, I hate those movies.
And I got to the payphone. I made the call. Somebody came down and got me.
Might have been Mr. Smith.
And that was the end of the tale. But it was a proud moment for the LaValle family, for those of you who may get to listen to this in the future.
Yeah, you're always doing your family proud.
Oh, man, don't I though?
I'm about to do my family proud as well with my story, because mine also involves alcohol. And it involves alcohol that started being poured at noon on a summer's day. Frozen blender drinks.
Always dangerous.
Because I think it was my birthday / housewarming for this house. And we just drank all day and well into the night. And at some point, the slip and slide seemed like a good idea.
When do they not?
So, I mean, I can't go down to my clothes, so I strip down to my boxers, and I try to slide down. Didn't really go anywhere. So they got the dish soap, and I was like, fuck it. Boxers are no good. Boxers went. I got soaped down by 2 dudes, and I went running down and sliding down the slip and slide on my hands and knees. Now, when you're soaped up, going Mach 4 down a slip and slide, you know what happens when you get to the end of the slip and slide?
Yeah, keep going.
And across my backyard is a little gravel trench where the drainage is. So I hit that at full speed, hands and knees just cut to shit and naked. So I'm now soapy, wet, drunk, naked, bleeding.
An awesome combination when you think about it.
I mean, really, how else could you want to end a Saturday night besides that way?
It's funny, when you first mentioned that you were going to tell this story, I didn't remember it, but now...
You weren't here.
Now
There weren't very many of us left at that time.
But I remember that day.
You were here that day, but you were gone by this point. This was hardcore drinking time. You had to go do family stuff. You had responsibilities that day that I did not have.
Fantastic.
It was I hate to use the word, but it was an epic event, to say the least. And I managed to delete all the pictures of it, too. Because Shane had taken pictures. I said, well, let me see them. He hands me his camera, and I just hit delete, 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 delete.
Now, what's wrong with Shane that he took pictures of you with no clothes on?
What isn't wrong with Shane? That's a whole other episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a couple stories that introduce our tomfoolery, if you will.
And friendship and whatnot.
Our friendship involves us not being there at the same time while the other is drinking heavily and in awkward situations.
That's true. Other stories will include both of us together.
But they're really long, and we figured we might dedicate whole episodes to them. And this wasn't the time for that.
No, definitely not.
I believe you had some world news for us.
I did. I did my due diligence today in an effort to find a humorous anecdote from the World Wide Webs.
The interwebs?
The interwebs. I went to my usual humorous news site, fark.com first. I found a couple of interesting tidbits. Nothing I thought was outright bizarre, so I started Googling like funny news, weird news, stuff like that. And a story from the world of Japan came up. And in the past, people may have remembered, the people that know us that is, I brought up a story that I watched on the news once about how there was a trend in Japan about them eating live lobster.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that story.
Yeah, they literally, at this time, this was years ago, probably the 90s, I would say.
You can remember a story you told someone in the 90s?
Yeah, but I mean...
I barely remember what I said to you before we hit the record button tonight.
Eating a live animal sticks with you. So that was the trend. They would bring out a lobster, they'd literally hack a hole in its back, and boom, you go to town.
So you kind of have to slurp it out, wouldn't you? I would assume.
I
don't know what a lobster's like pre-cooked.
Exactly.
I mean, it has to have some muscular consistency to it.
You would think. Maybe like a jelly.
Ugh.
Yeah. But I think this story that I found today tops that. There's a chef and artist. He's 22 years old.
That's a terrible combination.
Yeah. Well, they said he was a chef early in the article, and then later in the article called him an artist. So I don't know what the deal is. 22 years old. Identifies himself as an asexual.
Oh, I know what story it is. I read it.
Which, now people, they said the definition of asexual is one without sex.
Yes.
Now,
Maybe.
what he
We don't
defined-
fact check.
Now, what he defines as asexual is he didn't identify with either, so it didn't feel like he was either. So, he had elective surgery to have his penis, testicles, and scrotum removed.
Do you have to say testicles and scrotum? I just assume it if you're removing.
They could have left the flap. They do that with dogs.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know why. And offered them up for sale. For sale for what, you say?
Oh, I know what it's for.
To eat.
Oh.
For 100,000 yen was his goal. And I don't know what.
A serving or total?
I think total. I don't know. Because
100,000 yen is not that much, is it?
I don't know what it works out to. But what it did work out to was $250 a plate.
Yeah.
That 6 people signed up for.
Did 6 people show up?
5 people showed up. And ate a variety of dishes. Apparently it was seasoned with parsley and button mushrooms. And they all got a small sampling of this guy's junk.
It's not often I'm rendered speechless, but I've got nothing for this.
There is nothing.
Like,
absolutely nothing.
Like,
except, is it going to become a trend now?
No.
Are people that, because number one, he got in no trouble whatsoever, because in Japan there's no cannibalism law. So
it's not illegal for the people.
Illegal to offer up your junk as haute cuisine. So, are there a bunch of people out there now that are going to, hey, I don't need my penis, I'll sell it to a chef?
You know what? I mean, if for $250 a plate, if you were going to go through a sex change operation anyways, why not serve it up? Because you're getting rid of it anyways.
Now that makes sense, but to just lop it off and just be.
But he wants to be asexual, so he's obviously had a sex change operation. Because it's not like he just went in the kitchen, tied himself off with like medical tubing.
It was an elective surgery.
Right. So, I mean,
how do you ask for that?
The same way you ask for a sex change operation, wouldn't it be? I want you to remove my penis and give me estrogen. But he's not going to take the estrogen part of it.
But, I mean, I just picture being the doctor. Why?
Oh, I thought you were going to do a really racial Japanese accent right there.
No. It's probably already racist enough to discuss their weird food habits, but
that's not a culture thing.
It could become one.
But it could become one.
I'm telling you.
I guess it can only become one where there's no cannibalism laws.
I mean, what if it does become a trend? I mean, do you start serving up nipples as an appetizer?
Yes. Well, I mean, why not?
Tossed in a little butter and garlic.
Nice Chianti.
Some fava beans.
Clarice.
Yeah, anyway, that is my international news story for today. 5 people in Japan, 6 people in Japan, because only 5 showed up. 5 people in Japan were looking forward to eating penis.
Yeah, people look forward to not really eating
As one
penis.
guy called it, one of the patrons said, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, but there's a lot of once in a lifetime opportunities that I'm not going to do.
Absolutely.
Like
eating penis.
That will never be on my bucket list. I don't have a bucket list because
Me neither.
My goals are really simple. I like to get up in the morning.
Yep. Have
poop. So, that's my bucket list. I accomplish 10, 15 things off my bucket list every day.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I set my goals low. Now, I didn't grab...
There's only one unattainable thing on my bucket list, and that's to own an Aston Martin.
It's not technically unattainable. It's just unattainable
right now.
At the rate you're going. Now, I went for something that wasn't news today. I went for a personality quiz that I'm going to ask you.
Oh, fancy.
We're gonna check how girly are you.
No.
So there
Do I have to be truthful?
Of course you have to be truthful. There's 15 questions, and they're all multiple response.
Oh, right.
And then we'll just let the algorithms go at the end and tell us how girly you actually are.
Interwebs algorithms?
Yes.
Oh, they're always perfect.
They never lie.
Yeah.
All right, first question. How much time do you usually spend looking in the mirror? I have to spend some time, after all, since I have to look good or people will say things behind my back. I don't want that. Too long, or not too long, just long enough to make my makeup and brush my hair. It's for girls, obviously,
Yeah,
so
obviously.
we'll have to tweak it a little bit. And you mean that piece of glass strung up in the bathroom wall? Bah, who cares about that?
There you go.
All right, that's what I thought. I've kind of already pre-answered for you. If a little
I assume you're probably pretty correct, actually.
I'm going to assume most of them are close to mine. If a little girl on the road gave you a flower, what would you do? Thank you. What am I going to do with something like this? I don't keep flowers. Ew, no. Aw, thanks. Put it in a vase at home. No thanks. I hate flowers. Hit the road.
Put it in a vase at home.
Really?
Sure. For my wife, and I'll tell her I got it somewhere special.
Oh, cheating bastard. What style of dress do you wear? The latest style? Of course. I don't want to look too shabby. Well, maybe just a pair of jeans and a t-shirt depending on the weather. The first item I pick out of my drawer, I don't care.
There you go. I don't care.
All right. How would you like your room decorated? A bed with intricate design on it, pillows and covers all in pale lavender or pink, a dresser that's white, a full-length mirror, and a small one for my makeup, a carpet and pink shades in the lamp, and a desk which would be colored pale pink for my homework. Obviously, it's for teenage girls as well.
I was
Now,
gonna say.
just take that answer, but put in more masculine colors and stuff like that. A bed with matching pillowcase and cover, a dresser, and a desk for me to study. Not too fancy. Room, a bed and a bathroom do the job, friend.
There you go.
I think you're more of the second one. But you say room, a bed, and a bathroom do the job?
They do.
All right.
I need a bed to sleep in, something to hold my clothes in, and something to poop in.
All right. Do you go to parties often? All the time. Partying is my life. Nah, not too often. Maybe on holidays where not so many people are around, just my close friends. I don't party, beat it.
Close friends.
All right.
Now, 10 years ago, it would have been
All
answer
the time,
A.
Yeah. This one's odd. Do you like sitting in trees? Me? Of course not. I don't get dirty. Well, if I'm depressed, I do it all the time, and I sit on my roof.
I guess not that I care about getting dirty, but I don't sit in trees.
See, that's the weird thing. There's just not a no.
Yeah.
Do girls sit in trees when they're depressed?
I don't.
And on the
I don't-
roofs?
I've never seen Rachel in a tree.
I don't see anybody in a tree, really. Which of these would you be most likely to wear? Jewelry, makeup, or none?
None.
Well, technically jewelry. You're wearing your wedding ring.
Yeah, but that's it.
What color suits your style? Pink, purple, peach, yellow, magenta, white, anything that's light colored, cute, and me attracts me.
White.
Well, white, beige, blue, them simple colors, or if it's another stupid topic on clothes, I have nothing to say.
Oh, there you go.
See, you should wait for
I thought you were done.
No, that was just that white, purple, peach thing was just the first answer.
Oh.
That was all together.
Oh, I thought those were my choices.
No. What do you want to be? Well, I'll say A, since obviously you can't wait
Thank
to
you.
make your decision. So A is an icon, singer, dancer, model, celebrity, everything that brings me fame. B, an artist of both painting and music. And or C, I don't care. I find nothing here that interests me. Now beat it.
C.
Let's see. How outgoing are you? Very, normal, very little.
I'm pretty outgoing. Let's go with very.
All right.
I have no problem.
We have 5 more to go.
All right.
This will take way longer than I planned.
It's because of my attention span.
Yes. What are you commonly labeled as? A, bubbly, cute, attractive, sweet, awesome. B, normal, easygoing, nice, fun. Or C, people don't label me.
D. Fat.
It's not a choice. You fat fuck.
The normal one.
All right. Like the other questions weren't girly enough, they're getting really girly now. What do you want your crush to give you for Valentine's Day? A, chocolate hearts, the best day I ever had. B, well, I don't want him to go out of his way so much, but maybe a metal ring would be fine. Or C, don't have a crush, why the stupid questions?
I want a metal ring.
When you think about your crush, how do you feel? Happy, warm, fine. Hey man, that's private. Private! It says it with an exclamation point, and it's in italics.
Excellent.
So I figured I should scream it. I don't have one. I'm sick of people not getting the point.
Happy, warm.
Happy, warm. How often do you go shopping? Shopping is my life. Not too often, maybe once or twice a month/week. I don't shop.
Once or twice a month, maybe.
All right. And last question. Do you have a crush? Yes. Every girl goes through that stage in her life, but I'm always in love. What crush? I already have a boyfriend. Maybe. Maybe. Hey, quit messing in my affairs. And for the last time, no.
Let's go with the one that I have one. Or
What crush? I already have a boyfriend?
yeah, that's the one.
Does your wife know?
Yep.
It's me.
It is you.
Because it is kind of sexy in here.
It is
Because
sexy.
we did have complaints about the amount of lighters you could hear lighting. So we have candles going for that. And the lights are dim, so the dog leaves us the hell alone. So it's sexy. Oh, sexy time. So, all right, submit your answers.
Speaking of sexy time, my thong is riding up.
Oh, you're a tomboy.
No.
You probably don't really care much for your appearance and or reputation. It means you're a whore.
I am a whore.
And you mainly like spending time and money with friends and on what you like best instead of clothes and makeup.
It's true.
What I really should have done was read all the questions before I said, I'm just going to ask him how girly he is. Because I didn't really go through them all. And it was a lot lamer than I expected. That wasn't fun at all. But what are you going to do?
That's all right. The Japan story was
The
good.
Japan story was good. Any story about eating cock.
And actually cock.
Eating it. That kind of brings up a question I've always had.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Girls who just give head, and that's it. There's no sex afterwards. They just blow you, and that's it.
Uh-huh.
I don't get it. Like, if I was making out with a girl,
Yep.
and that's all we were going to do, and then she spit in my mouth at the end, like, where's the payoff? I've always thought, head going down leads, that's the foreplay. That's not the whole thing. Not that I don't appreciate it, but what's in it for the chick?
I don't know.
Exactly. It's one of the mysteries of the universe.
It is.
Where did Atlantis go? Why does a girl just want to take a shot in the mouth and nothing else?
Maybe
We need a girl on to ask.
maybe she got a really good foot rub.
Would you take a shot in the mouth if I went over there and rubbed your feet right now?
No.
Exactly. Or I guess it would be if you rub my feet. How does that go?
The question is would I take a shot in the mouth, period?
What if you could take a shot in the mouth and you wouldn't have to go to the gym anymore? You'd just be thin, but you had to do it once a month, like a shot. Well,
No,
literally
I'd
a
rather go to
shot.
the gym. I like going to the gym.
Okay. I needed a better example. What if I've lost it? I'm trying to make you say you'll take a shot in the mouth once a month for something.
I'll do it for $1 billion.
$1 billion? You do it for a lot less than $1 billion, and you know it.
No, not if it was a one-time payout.
No, you do the set for life thing. The $1,000 a week for life.
No, it'd need to be more than 1,000.
2,000 a week. You never have
4,000 a week.
4,000 a week, and you'll take a shot in the mouth.
Once a month.
If I ever win the lottery, I will pay you. You'll be my prison bitch.
I'm not proud. I could get my Aston Martin that way
You could.
and afford the insurance.
Nice. All right, let's move on to, let's say, I want to talk about some movies.
Sure.
Have you seen anything good lately? Not
Nothing
necessarily.
new. I rewatched Aliens recently on Space. Was disappointed that it wasn't director's cut.
Yeah, I'm always
'Cause
directed.
A lot of times when they show that on TV, they show director's cut. In fact, the first time I ever saw the director's cut with the extra scenes, like the hallway cannons and
Or mentioning that her daughter's dead.
and Ripley's daughter and all that stuff was on TV. I didn't even know it existed. I think Aliens director's cut may have been the first director's cut I ever saw.
I don't even know if it's even technically the director's cut. I think it's just a TV cut of the movie.
That's possible as well. But I think if you buy a box set, it includes that stuff now.
No idea. I'm surprised. I don't have that on. I had a box set on VHS for Aliens.
Yep.
But I've never had the DVD box set of it.
I don't know if I've ever owned that movie, to be honest, and it's one of my favorites.
Well, you didn't have to because I owned it when we lived together.
That's true.
You didn't take a shot in the mouth to borrow it, but
That's true as well.
I watched The Social Network finally after it being out for 2 years.
I am.
God awful boring for the first hour.
Really?
And then just okay for the second. I don't know. It just not my type of movie. Justin Timberlake was good in it, but he was just being a douchebag. Because he played the guy that invented Napster, who has a lot more to do with Facebook than I ever knew. So that was kind of interesting.
I did know that, actually. He's the one that they screwed out of Facebook, too, isn't
No.
he?
He's the one who helped screw the other guy out
Okay.
of Facebook.
Cool.
It was pretty much his idea to screw him out.
Oh, very good. Careful. If Zuckerberg's listening to this, we might get sued. That's
I
some
don't care.
form of libel, isn't it?
It's in the
Or
movie.
slander. That's true.
I'm just quoting the movie.
It's true.
I don't know what goes on in his personal life. Him and I aren't buds.
And never will be.
Never will be. Get some of that fat
So-
Facebook cash.
So
But-
your recommendation for The Social Network is to...
I'd say I'd never buy it. I'd never rent it. But it's on Netflix, so there was no harm in watching it.
there you
I don't feel like I wasted 2 hours
So in
of
other
my
words,
life.
you're recommending to people that if it's free,
Watch it.
watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
It was okay. What about anything? What was the last new thing you saw?
Still the Avengers.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think so.
No. Because we went to see Dark Knight Rises together.
Didn't I see that after? Oh, no,
No.
I suppose. Okay, so Batman then.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think that's the last new thing I saw, too. I think this weekend I'm going to go see Paranormal Activity 4. But I know you hate those movies.
Yeah, so I won't be going with you.
No.
We will be going to see Silent Hill, though.
I was so excited when I saw the trailer, and the more trailers I see, the less excited I get.
Really?
I think
the
it looks
commercials
shitty.
make it look awesome.
I think it looks shitty. I think there's a couple special effects shots that look really bad, like they might be CGI, whereas in the first one there was no CGI. Besides ripping off skin and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But all the monsters were done by like gymnasts and acrobats. That's why they can move all stupid like that.
Yeah, but weren't those little coal babies?
Well, the coal babies are like one CGI monster out of all the dead nurses, and even the pyramid head was a guy in a suit.
Yeah, but I think all those characters look still portrayed by humans.
Yes, but there's one where I think it almost looks like one of the nurses, and her face opens up into a giant mouth, and it doesn't look like it's good.
And is it Michelle Williams?
I'm not sure. And if you just heard that car honking as it drives by, it honks every time it drives by this fucking house.
Really?
I have no idea who it is. I do have a friend who lives up the road, but I can't imagine him honking his horn every time he drives by my house.
Especially, what is it, past 9 now?
9:29 to be exact, sir.
That's not very cool, especially if there's seniors on the street.
No, the only senior used to live across the street, and he no longer lives there.
Used to.
Used to. Don't know if he moved to a home or died, but I think he died because his son was clearing out the house.
Yeah.
So
Well, either way.
either way, it's possible. I talked to his son all the time in passing, but I never found not nearly enough to ask if his old man had kicked it.
Yeah, well,
That takes a special
it
relationship.
does take a special relationship. Back to the movies. I don't have a whole lot of plans to see anything lately. I mean, I will.
What about Sinister?
Sinister, I'd like to see again. I still think I want to see Silent Hill, regardless. Of
I still want to see it, but I've got my expectations low.
And again, people that have a great sense of humor need to watch the Red Band trailer for movie 43,
Which I still haven't done yet.
because it looks amazing. From what I can gather, at some point they make I don't know if it's a sex doll or something like that. But it's actually a real woman that they have in the case. And at some point during the trailer, Pierce Brosnan, of all people, is on a table on top of it, motorboating it.
It's always good when you see a former James Bond motorboating a fake sex doll.
Just to give you an idea. I mean, the all-star cast is I've never seen a cast as big as this in a movie. I mean, there's been some big ones, but this one, they all must have. It must be one of those movies, like, I think Pulp Fiction, they all took scale or whatever, where they don't get paid squat.
Yeah, but you know what, Pulp Fiction, besides, like, a couple of people, was all rejuvenating people's careers.
Well, Uma and Bruce, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been some big bankroll right there.
But, I mean, Samuel Jackson.
Sam
Jackson, I mean, he's done so many little movies.
Yeah.
He was mostly just hitting it at that point.
So for those of you out there, Google that, Red Band trailer, movie 43. That looks fantastic. Seven Psychopaths looks funny.
It does.
Like, really funny.
Anything with Christopher Walken.
He looks brilliant. But that's it. I haven't seen much lately. I've been focusing on, of course, the new TV season. Trying to give Revolution a chance.
Didn't even bother. I tried to give Elementary a chance.
I heard that's on its way out already.
Probably. I didn't even make it through the pilot. I DVR'd or PVR'd the pilot to watch, and I stopped to watch something else and haven't gotten back to it yet after, a month?
I think Revolution is going to be this year's Terra Nova. It's a better show than Terra Nova. Terra Nova was absolutely terrible, yet me and Rachel watched it every week. I didn't watch it besides the first half of that double episode they did at the start. Right.
Didn't you see a lot of dinosaurs in the first episode and then never again because it's almost like they blew their special effects budget? It
kind of pulled a Lost, where Lost lost the smoke monster for quite a while. But it may have been a budgetary thing because, it dropped the fact that they're constantly surrounded by dinosaurs and they have this giant fence to protect them, and focused on the fact that there was a group of rebels living out on the woods trying to take down Terra Nova.
But the first episode had the rebels and dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, then it went to pretty much rebels and little dinosaurs. Because, there was a scene where there was a bunch of both groups trapped out in the woods and some dinosaurs got involved. But it was terrible. Revolution looks like a better show, but I think it's going to get the one-season treatment like Terra Nova did.
Meh. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I just stick to my classics. Except even my classics weren't good this week because South Park was not that funny.
No, it wasn't at all. I mean, the end where they pointed out why Butters was so angry, and it was because, Ben Affleck has everything, that was kind of funny. Yeah. But the rest of the episode, except for Kenny's letter.
Kenny's letter was brilliant.
Yeah.
But
it was pretty flat.
Yeah, especially after last week's. Well, at heart, we're both kind of geeks.
Yes, we are.
And every once in a while, we have to whip our geek out on the table, per se.
That's a huge geek.
So, geek news. What do you got?
Geek news.
Oh, I love that intro, by the way, we do for geek news.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
She recorded a couple of different ways, and I just took which one got me closest to wood the quickest.
Ah, perfect. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
She will.
That's good. Geek news. Tuesday is almost upon us, which is exciting for me. And for other Xbox owners, Forza Horizon comes out.
I'm excited. Semi. Not full-blown excited, like for a full Forza game.
No.
But played the demo. It's okay. It's like Forza meets Need for Speed. Like they needed that tuner crowd to enjoy their game as well.
Yeah. I think because the scope, I mean, the demo, of course, had a good chunk of road that you could drive around, just free drive. But I think once the entire game is opened up, it should be quite interesting. Plus, when you can do all the other things that, features that weren't in there. Be interesting to see the, more rally aspects and the rival stuff. because you can apparently just race any ghost of your friends on any challenge that you come to. If
The
they've
racing
done
the plane was fun.
The racing the plane was cool. Man, that Mustang is slippery,
Yes.
let's say. But yeah, that was a fun. And I've played the demo a good 3 or 4 times. I don't know if it's possible to catch the guy at the very first.
Well, you have to cut those 2 corners because he goes flying through those corners. He doesn't brake for those corners. He almost drifts through them and then drifts through, but not around them. He
goes through the picnic tables.
Yes, he cuts the corners. So.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
I mean, I just kind of see it like it's to Forza what Halo ODST was to Halo. It's
I think it'll be bigger than that, but
it's in the same genre and takes aspects from it, but it's not a true Forza game.
No. Well, I mean, Turn 10 really didn't develop it. It was guys from Codemasters and Bizarre Creations, the creators of Project Gotham and Dirt. So it's got some good pedigree behind it. I think it'll be fun. And I mean, I follow Turn 10 on Facebook, and for the last at least 2 months, they've been introducing a car a day as to what cars are in the game. So it's going to be Forza like that. Like, it's going to have a buttload of cars, unlike other arcade racers where, you know, you get a couple. Whereas in this one, every challenge, I'm guessing that you're going to get to choose to buy from a ton of different ones. So
Oh yeah, I'm not questioning the scope of it. I'm just questioning
it'll be fun.
I just want I want a full Forza game again. But
but that'll be. You won't see you won't see Forza 5 until the next Xbox. They
won't. They're gonna wait. But the 720 should be announced this, probably coming E3, and I think it'll be out for Christmas next year.
13, yeah, that's a possibility. A lot of people are thinking 13, 14. So, but I think there'd be a big push to have Forza 5 as a launch game, just like
Forza 4 was, or Forza a launch game for the 360 or Forza 2 or one of the
Forza 1 was the original Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't think Forza 2 was launch.
It was close though. It was one of the games they showed when they debuted the 360 though, I think.
Be. But yeah, you won't see Forza 5 until the 720 or whatever it's going to be called. And just like you won't see Halo 4 will be the last 360 Halo.
Well, yeah, I mean, why would you do another one when it's less? I mean, it's less than 2 years before, at most, before a new system comes out. So why would you want to put out a sequel to Halo that quickly? So.
Exactly. So in the meantime, I play tons of Borderlands 2.
I played tons of Borderlands 1, and once you're done Borderlands 2, I'll borrow it from you. But it's not if it's a first-person shooter, I'm not buying it. I will play it, but I will not buy it because I don't like first-person shooters nearly enough. I can't believe I made it through Borderlands, only to get to the stupidest fucking ending. God, it was just dumb. Like, it didn't make any sense. Nothing got explained in that game. And then
They actually explain it in the second one.
Well, you're looking for a vault. Well, I found the vault, and there's this big thing with tentacles.
Yeah.
And I shoot it, it dies, and the vault's closed for 200 more years. It's like, well, did I not want to open the vault? I'm a vault hunter. Like, did I decide somewhere along the way that I did not want to open the vault anymore? And it didn't bother to tell us?
In the second one.
I don't care about the second one. I want closure on the fucking first one first.
You're trying to open another vault.
Oh, but you can't for 200 years. Is Borderlands 2 200 years later?
I don't know. I don't think so. But
it
can't be because there's characters from Borderlands 1 in it.
So there you go.
All of the, like, Brick and Lilith and Mordecai and... Who's the other one?
I don't even remember.
Anyway. Yeah, they're all in it. Oh, Roland. Yeah, so, and some of the other side characters are in it, like Dr. Zed and that Russian guy, Marcus, and the Claptrap.
Well, the Claptraps are robots, so it could be 200 years later and they'll still be there.
It's true.
I think I was halfway through the game before I found the first malfunctioning Claptrap and realized I should have been rescuing them on every level.
Yeah, so you can have your backpack bigger.
My backpack was... up to 24 when I finished the game. I think I can get up to as high as like 40 something.
Yeah, there's an achievement I think, for finding them all.
Yeah. But I'm not the achievement whore you are, so I'm not going back to find them.
I'm not so much a
Yes,
whore.
you are.
No, if I was a whore, I'd have 1,000 points in every game.
Some of them you can't because we don't play online with
Yeah,
anyone.
but I would.
Oh, yeah, it's true. The only geek news I really have this week was watching Dark Knight Returns Part 1. Based, of course, on the Frank Miller classic 4-book? I don't even remember how many books it is. I just have it as a single thing. Finally, after 25 years, this thing made into a freaking movie. And they did it animated, which is great.
Yeah, well, you can't do another live-action Batman while the Nolan trilogy's on the go.
The Nolan trilogy borrows a lot from this series.
Again, probably another reason why you can't do a live-action.
Exactly. One thing it was really missing was so much of the book is his inner monologue of him talking to himself. Kind of like Sherlock Holmes does when he's preparing to kick someone's ass, kind of plans it all out in his head.
Yep.
Well, this one's all him talking to himself because he's not going to speak out loud when there's nobody else around. And he's trying to be quiet and getting the drop on someone. So it really missed some really good lines by not doing that. But, who knows? Maybe in a movie it just sounds stupid to have someone talking to themselves or a voiceover. So.
I think it would be less stupid in an animated movie.
Well, exactly.
But it would be really stupid if, they had some guy up on a ledge waiting to jump on somebody with thoughts running through his head. That would probably be kind of stupid, actually. Get annoying after a while.
But, it was good. It looked like the comic book. Peter Weller did the voice of the older Batman Bruce Wayne, so RoboCop.
Ugh. I don't like that word these days.
Oh, I know. I saw the suit for the RoboCop too.
His motorcycle.
Someone tried to make the suit seem better by telling me it with his stealth suit. And it's like, that makes it fucking worse that RoboCop has a stealth suit.
And a matching motorcycle.
Oh, fuck, it looks bad. And I was psyched for it, too.
Yeah, when I heard, I'm like, cool. RoboCop with today's budgets and effects. That'll be good.
Exactly. No.
Not so much.
I'll watch it. I won't pay to see it.
Oh.
I won't go to the theater for it, for sure.
On a quick side note, when it comes to stupid movies, somebody, I don't know what company it is, bought the rights or secured the rights to make a Heathcliff movie, which would be great if it was 1985.
They just did Garfield ones not that long. They just did a Smurfs movie.
Yeah, but no.
No, I think you're wrong. It'll play. Yeah. It won't be good to us, but it'll make enough money to make a second one.
That's why we can't have nice things.
It's true. That's the stuff that's keeping you from your car.
It is.
It's also keeping you from taking a shot in the mouth monthly, but...
That's true. I'm kind of happy about that.
About not taking a shot in the mouth?
The 4,000 a week would be nice, but...
Be nice to guarantee that I'm going to nut once a month.
That's true.
I am in a dry spell.
That's true.
Just knowing someone else is going to take care of it besides me at least once a month, that's fucking gold. I hope to win the lottery, not just because I have money, just so I can nut once a month.
Yeah, but you're going to have to win the lottery huge to give me $16,000 a month.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth it. It'll be worth it 1 month, though, because I'll take a picture. And I'll laugh at that picture every time. I'll get it on a t-shirt.
Excellent. I'll make it for you.
Nice. You're going to make me the t-shirt of me dropping a brick in your mouth.
Sure. Why not?
You got any parting knowledge for the folks?
I do. I want to make a special shout out to to a good friend of ours, and also my younger son's child care.
Daycare provider?
Yes, that also works. I dropped him off the other day at Perry Ann's house. She had a bag of clothes for us from another friend. Great. I put a Leafs jacket in there, she said. You can take it out, I said. For those that know me, I'm a big Montreal Canadiens fan, of course. Not this year, but...
Not this year yet.
Not this year yet. probably could have talked about the lockout some, although
I don't want to talk about the
I'm over
lockout.
it.
I don't want to talk about the lockout
I'm
at all.
over it.
It just pisses me off.
So she threatened, and then eventually went through with putting him in the jacket and taking pictures of it.
I have the picture.
So do I. I have both of them. He's got a big shit-eating grin on his face too.
Oh, he's very happy to be in that jacket.
Little bastard.
Like,
makes me sad. So I vowed that some form of revenge will come her way. I haven't told her what it is yet. I did threaten today when I dropped him off to call social services, though, for the mental abuse. Not that I'm not even sure if you can mentally abuse a 1-year-old, but anyway.
oh, I don't think we should open up that kettle of worms, whether that's possible or not.
Yeah, true.
We get ourselves in shit on the very first episode.
Some nasty emails about that one. So I've been trying to think, what can I do? What'll be funny that won't destroy things? And I've decided that there's a possibility that we're all going out to visit those people, Corey and Perry Ann, tomorrow night. It's Corey's birthday yesterday.
No, it's today, because
sorry.
he reminded me today, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
No, I knew when I went out, especially because he took the day off, but which is lucky. I wish I could do that on my birthday.
Well, no, he took it off because we were originally going to be roofing tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
So him and I were going to prep today.
Ah, yes. So if we all do go out there tomorrow night, I think I may poop in their tub.
Good thing is this won't be posted till Monday morning. So even if she listens, she's going to get to hear you one day before plan to shit in her tub after discovering you've shit in her tub. But you know what? I'll get blamed for it.
I know, and that's the beauty of the plan.
Like, I'll be sitting there. It's like, someone shit in the tub. Adam!
Exactly.
It's like, what? And it's not like I've ever shit in anyone's tub before.
No,
or shit
neither have
anywhere.
I.
I go home to shit most of the time.
Yeah.
Because I hate public washrooms. Yet I'll be the one accused of shitting in the tub.
Yep. Hence the brilliance of my plan.
It's great.
So you'll get blamed, and she'll forever be waiting for my revenge for the Leafs jacket.
You don't think she'll clue in that was your revenge after she hears you talk about it?
Oh, yeah.
It'll be blamed on me until Monday morning.
I'm going to tell her that we stopped doing the podcast because we hate each other. And then she'll never tune in.
I'll tell her different. I now have audio evidence.
And because we hate each other, I'll tell her you're a stupid fat liar.
It's your voice saying you're going to shit in the tub. How?
We'll see.
I have no impressions. I have a half-ass Bane impression. I can do a couple of lines of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. Yet I'm going to become the master mimicker.
Yep. I used to be able to do Kermit too. Yeah. I did a pretty killer Ross Perot, which again would be
very dated.
which would be, cool if it was like the late 80s, early 90s.
We're fucking old.
Yeah.
This isn't really a journey.
That's my parting shout out.
I'm just going to shout out to James for doing our intro, because that was awesome, and Elizabeth for doing the sexy geek thing.
They were both excellent. James, spot on. Elizabeth, bang on. Good to go.
So that's it for the week. Follow us on Twitter at FairlyOddCast, or find us on Facebook.
At FairlyOddCast.
Well, Facebook's not at Fairly. It's
but that's where it's at.
Facebook.com/FairlyOddcast.
FairlyOddcast.
Don't be confused.
It's probably just Facebook.com/FairlyOddcast.
It is. That's what I was trying to say, but you kept interrupting with being an asshole. I'm
It's
trying
true.
to plug our shit.
I do what I can.
We tend to update a little bit. Try to keep it funny and light
Random
during the week.
posts here and there.
Yeah. Not too many posts because we don't want to piss people off
Yet.
yet.
And eventually we'll probably have our own website.
Yeah. And be on iTunes. Right now, we're just going to keep it on YouTube. Get some in the...
Oh, yeah. Did you mention the YouTube page?
YouTube Fairly Oddcast as well.
There you go.
But the Facebook links to it, and the Twitter will say when it's up. And
Yep.
I think we'll just keep it on there until we have a few episodes in the can. And then we'll move everything over.
Excellent.
That's it. See you next week.
Yay, yay.